everybody? How y'all doing today? Welcome to another All Bass Creations practice session with the Bass Niggas. Today we're gonna be doing some tapping. Hold up, give me 1 second, guys. Bam. Now we straighten out there. But yeah, I'm the Bass Niggas, and we here to just get some practicing. Gotta make it feel good for the day. Yeah, so of course when you're practicing, you wanna you see me repeating little stuff. It's because I want to make sure I get it right, and of course this is how you practice. If you're not actually making mistakes when you're practicing, then you're not really practicing. You should be working on things that making sure pieces you got to perform and different things like that. Techniques stay tight. So that's what I'm doing now. I haven't played this song in quite some time, so with that, I'm actually trying to remember the song as I'm going along, and which I don't mind doing in front of you all because it's a practice session. And my saying is, if you're not messing up, you're not really practicing. So um, I'm working out the kinks real quick. So now we gotta take it from the top and see if we can get through the whole tune. Then we'll move on to something else. Yeah, so that's the basic arrangement of it. Well, that's the entire arrangement of it all together. Minnie Riperton tune, "Loving You," one of my favorites. Minnie Riperton is one of my mother's favorites, and so growing up, I heard a lot of Minnie Riperton. If you're not hip to her, she got some great tunes, especially for you and your lady or couples in general. Um, just her voice changes the mood. Let's just put it like that. Family friendly today. All right. So let's move on to something else. See what else I need to work on here. Um, Yeah, I definitely can't remember the exact ending. I gotta go find the sheet music again and remember the exact ending for that. I definitely don't remember the ending of that at all. Um, that's actually a bass duet, so that's actually meant for two bass players to play. Well, that would be four, but it's meant for two bass players to play. So it's basically the two separate parts. You hear it and they're together, and as they weave in and out, they form different chords and parts of the harmony that are trying to be portrayed. So little pieces like that are awesome for your independence on bass. You know, I use them a lot as warm up pieces, and even while I'm hold up one second. Even while I'm performing, um, I use them as warm up pieces just to get my hands kind of coordinated. Even the Bach piece I played a couple sessions ago. Yeah, something like that. It's great for your independence, especially if you don't have any pieces like that already. Um, and of course, um, you can take simple pieces and make them more complex. That's another way of doing it. Developing your independence. Like I've been working on with Autumn Leaves. So I'll take it from just that to walking it. Yeah, guys. So I need to take a break for a quick second. But as you can see there, I kind of work the hands separately there. It's kind of, I guess, reinforcing the ideas in each hand I want to use and exploring different ideas I possibly could do with each hand. Um, the tough part is, the, I'm literally making all the stuff up as I'm going in terms of which directions I'm going with the either the left hand. The left hand is improvised as well as the right hand. I mean, excuse me. A lot of the right hand is improvised. It's doing melody, chords, a little bit of chords, or not necessarily chords, but harmony, and it's also doing soloing. So, but the left hand is doing somewhat of it has consistent chord changes, but it doesn't always take the same path to get to the chord changes. So depending on what I'm doing, I'm even on all of its tapping. These are still different techniques between playing the chord, block chords, and walking. See, even that's a different technique. Holding the chord and so like to add, try to keep different feels in there. So it's not always the song when I perform. It won't always feel the same. Even if I'm doing the same song, it's not always going to be. I'm not necessarily going to use all those different. You know, sometimes it's depending on where I'm using it in the set. I might use it as a ballad. Or I may be walking it. Just depends. Or I may, want to say I'm want to use it in a more exciting part of the set. So yeah, it's different feels. You can play it differently, and so I have to practice all those different ways. So sometimes, um, I'm making the feel up at the time. So it's not always pre-planned, and it's So when I'm practicing, I take those chances. I take chances when you practice. You must, like, otherwise you're kind of just always gonna be stuck in that box that you put yourself in. Give yourself room to make mistakes. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Allow yourself to just go with stuff, even if you think you're gonna mess up. When else are you supposed to mess up? But except for when you're practicing, when I perform, I don't make this many mistakes. Hopefully, I don't think so at least. You know, but let's not be afraid to explore and be wrong, because being wrong in music sometimes when you're practicing leads you to the things that will separate you from everybody else in terms of your feel or your even the harmonic and melodic choices you choose over chord changes. All makes a difference in your exploration of different sounds, different techniques, all of that stuff. So don't be afraid to mess up. You know, perfect is okay when you performing. As much as possible. Musicians, we can't afford to mess up. If there's 10 notes that you gotta play, right, in the sequence. In the football, if you did 7 out of those, at 7 out of those 10, that's good. Music, that's terrible. It's terrible. You really can't even miss one. And, with that small amount of notes, but we play thousands of notes per song, so there's a little bit more flexibility within that. But if you got 10 notes, you really can't afford to mess up on any of them, especially if they nice long notes. Like on bass, we get the nice long notes. You don't have opportunity to go. It just kind of kills the vibe. You just kind of gotta play it right. You know, so doing that, knowing that, when you practice, give yourself freedom to make those mistakes so you can grow. Um, I've always grown from a place of um, exploration, creativity, not caring if I'm messing up while I'm practicing. I really could care less. Even if people can hear me, if I'm not performing for you, I'm not getting paid, Slim. What you want me to tell you? I'm practicing. You know, a lot of times you get people, especially as a bass player, you be practicing. People will actually be jamming in the other room. They like, hey, I was getting funky in the other room. Why you keep stopping? Because I'm practicing. I'm not performing right now. So make sure when you practice. I can't stress this enough because a lot of the younger guys they don't give themselves that room because they want to sound so perfect, and it's like that's cool, but if you really want to find out where your flaws are, go with your mind. Let your mind take you to places that your fingers may not be ready to go because your thoughts are way more advanced than your fingers at all times. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna start doing some interviews. I'm gonna ask some other musicians about that. What are your thoughts more advanced than your fingers are capable of? Doing. I can think of some, and I know that to be true. Because some guys are thinking of orchestrations and everything else that goes along with music. So they couldn't possibly play it all with just their two hands. That's not gonna work. So, I would venture to say that's a pretty decent statement there that your thoughts are more advanced than your fingers are. And you need to know that. So when you're in a show and you're performing, understand that you can, when you're accepting ideas from your brain to go to your hands, understand that when you're performing, it's not a good time to pull out the brand new stuff that you haven't really worked on and it's not really under your fingers yet. So, like, even Autumn Leaves, I've never performed that live in that arrangement yet because I don't have it all the way under my fingers. Or All the Things You Are, I haven't performed that either live because it's not where I want it to be. Um, I actually have like 5 or 6 arrangements that are just on the shelf, and I just practice them right now until I get them where I want them to be, and I can do all the things I want to do on them. There's no rush. There's thousands of songs out there. Like I said, explaining to you guys last time when I did that Thundercat loop. Um, you can take easier songs like that and just incorporate them into your set, and you can have a huge set list. And you can take songs like this, and you just keep it gives you time to work on them without feeling pressured to push them out to the public so fast, or display that new technique. Give yourself some time to get the technique and every the songs under your fingers. If it takes a few months, it takes a few months. Who cares? Nobody even knows you are working on that. But don't just pull it out if it ain't ready. Because I've been hearing a lot of cats pull out stuff they ain't ready to play yet. And I think every musician every once in a while is forced into that. Especially if you're playing for somebody else, you kind of get forced into that. But for the most part, try to stick with things that you are comfortable with. You can play 1,000 times and you'll get it right. And that's what you want to perform. And you want to just keep working on the other stuff on the side as like um, your little secret weapons you gonna pull out later. Because I mean, these arrangements, once I lock them down, they'll incorporate a lot of different techniques. Everything from the two-hand tapping stuff to double thumbing, slap and pop, finger style. Harmonics. Well, those are false harmonics. Um, but even real harmonics, you can do a lot with real harmonics. So you got a lot of options my favorite things to just pull out randomly. A good harmonic. You know, definitely a lot. False harmonic allows you to slide them. I love just experimenting with different sounds on the bass. So all that different stuff. The reason I found a lot of sounds was just by accident hitting the bass. I was like, kind of sounds like a kick drum. Maybe if I EQ it differently. So you can use different, you can even use harmonics to kind of get that almost 808 type sound. And then you layer that with different sounds, and you can get a lot closer with it. You can layer that with just a regular kick like that, and it'll give you a punchiness to it. It all come together. Trust me. You just experiment with different sounds. Even noticing that that's similar to a snare. If I take some of the kick out, now the sound will cut through like a snare, and I can layer it. So say I might put those two sounds together. Do one on a looper or something. Do one pass of. Do the next pass, same exact part. Different sound. Then you have a thicker sound, even though it's a very thin sound by itself. You can thicken it up that way. What else? So chordal playing. It's a lot of different techniques on guitar instruments, so use them and try to incorporate them into different tunes. Like I said, don't be afraid to mess up. Experiment, 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 and mess up, and then you'll get it right. See, that's the process. Mess up, mess up, mess up, mess up. Bam, get it right. That's pretty much how it goes, and then you just you work those small sections. Don't try to do the whole thing at once. Work them by themselves, and that'll help you get a lot further. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you like that, and if you do, you want more content like this, or you want different type of content as well, more bass pedal tutorials, or how the effects tutorials in general, anything, techniques you want me to explain, let me know. And please like, subscribe, and share. Follow me on here on Twitch. Follow me on YouTube, The Bass Negus. Facebook and Instagram at Reggie Payne Bass. And I'll catch you guys next time. All right, peace.